everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Ramen Night, where each one of us takes the mic and leads the convo on something that we're passionate about. I'm here joined by my co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Kirsten.
Hi, I'm Nora.
Hello, I'm Ruth Quinal.
And I'm Aiden. I'm going to be leading the topic for this episode. We're going to be talking a lot about music. We're going to be talking about movies. We're going to be talking about a lot of different media. I love talking about music, and I'm going to be sharing some stuff I like to talk about with all you guys. So before we get
Let's dig in.
Yes. All right. I'm so ready. Okay. So let's just get started off generally. What would you guys say is your general music taste? I can start and give you guys some time to think. So I listen to a lot of different things. I listen to so much different kinds of music. I kind of default generally to the metal scene, a lot of like grunge from the 90s, a lot of 90s rock, but I also dip my toes into like pop music, hip hop. I like to listen to all kinds of different things. So that kind of gives my general idea of what I like to listen to.
That's awesome stuff. I will say I don't share as similar music taste, but I do like pop. Yeah. That's one part. Like I love Taylor Swift. I love the songs that come out of, Instagram reel edits. Like I've been listening to that kind of stuff, but most of the time I listen to whatever sounds good to my ears. Like sometimes I like rap music, but it depends. Like Ice Spice, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know how
yeah.
You know how it is. But yeah, I pretty much listen to whatever.
Yeah, I listen to a little bit of everything. I would say I probably stick mostly to like pop music, indie pop a lot, K-pop mostly,
right.
Stuff like that. But I do listen to a little bit of everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm very like indie or whatever, alternative. I feel like those are my main two, but I'm not super picky when it comes to music. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. It's like depending on the day, how I feel, like what I'm vibing with. Like, I don't know, I'll go from like classical to like crazy like rock music in like the span of 24 hours. It's just how it be.
Yeah, that's real.
Like,
that makes sense. What are some artists or bands that are in your guys' like Mount Rushmore of artists, would you say?
Ruth and I just went to Target and we did get a Karma CD by Stray Kids, and it is the second one that I own within 24 hours.
That is awesome.
I also listen to a lot of Lola Young because her new album just came out. Those are really my big two right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say Nora got me actually a K-pop album, so a lot of Twice, and then I also listen to a lot of Taylor Swift. I have my own CD collection, and I would say like 80% of it is Taylor Swift, so the big two for me are Twice and Taylor Swift. TT.
Very
nice. My all-time fave ever is Ricky Montgomery. He'll always be my number one. I've been into My Chem lately, really a lot. And then Gorillaz is also up there for sure. I have to say those three are probably my top three.
Very nice. I listen. My top right now is System of a Down. That's been my top for years now, ever since I first got into them in high school, and we'll get into that. But some other bands that I really like I like Deftones, Nirvana, Alice in Chains. I love those guys. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. What do y'all know about King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
I know a thing or two about that guy.
You gotta put me on.
I know nothing.
That's like they've been around for a while for me. I like them a lot. But so what would you guys say are some of the things you've been listening to a lot recently? I know there's like a big thing where people talk about like summer albums, summer playlists. I feel like summer is a big time when people are listening to a lot of music. We just had, last year, Brat Summer, crazy. So what are some summer things you guys have been getting into recently?
Well, I did see Tyler the Creator twice, so
right,
I was really heavy on that one for sure. Yeah, that was probably like the biggest thing. And then Lola Young's album just came out, but she was releasing singles like throughout the summer, so I was heavy on that.
Very nice.
I always have some summer playlist that I default to, but this year was a little unique because I just saw My Chem this summer. So over like the like latter half of my summer and like this beginnings of the semester, I've been on my emo stuff lately, low-key. So I've been like kind of devolving back to like my middle school music, which has been crazy. So it's been a lot of like My Chem, Panic at the Disco, old Panic at the Disco. Never catch me listening to that new stuff. And just like things like that is like kind of where I've been. 21 Pilots, like it's we're going through it, I guess. Like I don't know what's happening.
No,
Banging though.
I respect emo. I'm in that.
Sorry, definitely over the summer, the 21 Pilot song that they wrote for
Arcane.
so
The line, yeah,
I
that's banging.
listen to the live performance actually 10 times a day. So good.
I think I have seen that one. I do. I like
that one's
I like,
insane. At the Game Awards.
Insane.
Who's their lead singer? What's Tyler?
Tyler Joseph.
Yeah, he's got a good set of pipes.
So
I like
good.
him.
Born December 1st, I think.
Well,
Wow.
so I guess for my summer, I have like there's that like thing people say like nightmare blunt rotation, right? That's what people say. Yeah, I have like
Yeah, you know a thing or two about that.
yeah, I have a couple playlists that I just go back and forth into, but lately I will say I have been getting back into Mitski and Conan Gray. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
It's okay, girl. I've been on my Phoebe Bridgers grind.
I'm always on that stuff. Like, you guys, like, you're retiring and, like, whatever. You come in and out of it. Girl, keep up. We always be on
No,
that.
I've been on it, but now I'm like crying about it.
Oh.
So it's like different.
Okay, like, whatever. Always be crying about it. Like, come on, guys. Grow
Exactly,
up. Like,
Right.
get with it.
I've gotten super into indie rock. More like 2000s indie rock this summer. I've gotten really into the Strokes. There's a band called Geese that I've gotten into. Their album 3D Country, phenomenal, very good. They just released an album last night that was really good. There's a Mac DeMarco album that came, This Old Dog, I believe it came out in
Love that
2017.
album.
Yes,
Phenomenal.
sir.
I was mowing my lawn to that, and it was perfect. It was perfect music for that. But yeah, those are just a couple of the things that I've gotten into that have like really stuck out for me, and like they're kind of the foundation for what my music taste is evolving into. I don't know about you guys, but I personally find my music taste kind of evolves into like I can pinpoint and look back and be like, this is when I really got into this genre, and this is when like this happened to me. Do you guys remember when you guys listened to your favorite artist for the first time?
I must have been in middle school at least, like when when I got into like the YouTube videos of K-pop, and then I was like, oh my goodness, twice. But then also, so I've said that Taylor Swift is one of my favorite artists. I used to actually really dislike her music, and that was when I was like younger, like 13, 14, and then all of a sudden I got into it and I was entering high school, and yeah, I couldn't stop listening to her ever since.
I think for me, like, back then I was definitely on, like, that boy band grind. Like, I was a big fan of One Direction, and then 5 Seconds of Summer, of course.
Ooh.
Heavy on that. And they're releasing a new album soon.
Did you hear the new single that they just dropped?
Oh!
Where they sound like gorillas? Like, what?
Yo, that was, like, crazy.
Yeah.
But then I think I was, like, one part of the song that I first heard, I was like, what, like, K-pop group is this? Like, I'm just like...
It sounds insane. I don't know what this is
I don't know.
sound
And they're
like,
all
but-
like fathers and husbands. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So definitely like that boy band influence is like probably the reason why I'm like getting more into Stray Kids, because it's like some of their songs are like, it sounds a lot like a 5 Seconds of Summer song, and it just like it's like nostalgic, I guess. But I like it.
Yeah, I feel like my music kind of goes all over the place. I'm one of those people that's constantly making playlists. I definitely have over 100 playlists, probably more. We're honestly probably in like the 200s area in my playlist. I'm just like constantly making them for every like hyper specific mood that I'm in. And then I'll like scroll down, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is when I was on my Jack Stauber stuff. Like this is when I was going through that
Nice.
era.
Yeah.
Love that
And
one.
obviously they all like find their ways to come back. One of my favorite things is like rediscovering music that I used to love and I like kind of forgot about it. and then it comes back because I like remember that it exists, whether that be from me like revisiting my old playlist or something just like reminds me of it, and then I'm like, wow, this song is banging. I'm missing out by like not including it in like this playlist. So yeah.
No, that's I love doing stuff like that. I remember listening to my current favorite song of all time, "Sugar" by System of a Down, for the first time. I was in my former friend from high school's car, and we were driving. We were like going maybe 80 in like a 35 because we forgot that we had to pick up one of my friends and drop him off somewhere. And it was one of the first times that I listened to heavy music and was like, ooh, okay, I can get somewhere with this, And I remember one of the gateways to that was Nirvana. And do you guys remember? So Nirvana made a huge resurgence with our generation when they had Something in the Way off of Nevermind added to the Batman soundtrack. I love talking about that. What would you guys say are some of your least favorite bands, artists, genres that it comes on, you're like, ooh, I can't stand listening to this? Do you guys have any of those?
I think rock and country music. I think any of that sort I don't really listen to. Or like I know people really like Sublime or reggae. I personally am not the biggest fan, but I can't get into it.
Notice how she's getting so quiet and so scared right now.
So that's
she
crazy
is
thing to say.
terrified.
My least favorite person ever is Taylor Swift. So. No, I mean there are some of her songs that I just like can't listen to, and like I kind of get the country music thing. There are like a couple of country people that I love, but like I can't listen to like Morgan Wallen.
Or
like
pop country.
I can't do that, bro.
Yeah.
It's like it's the country songs that like are about like I don't know, like hating women and stuff.
Yeah.
I hate those. But like
Yeah.
I love a good Zach Bryan song for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I can get into most things. I agree with like the country stuff, like the pop country. I don't know, it just like varies like from whoever's doing it. I like the folk country and stuff like that, like bluegrass, like hey.
So good.
But otherwise, I'm pretty open. I haven't like gotten into like music that kind of isn't American, I guess. Like with the exception of like K-pop, and not even K-pop that much to be like honest. But like Latin American music and like all like those like types of genres,
Yeah.
I haven't been able to get into just because I feel like it just like never presents itself to me, or like I never like cross paths with it.
I feel like that makes sense. Like I kind of struggle like enjoying music that is in a language I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Because then I just can't relate to it. K-pop different though.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been trying to get into P-pop, which is Filipino pop music, because I am Filipino, but for some reason, I can't really get into it as much as K-pop and American music.
Because Filipino pop music is so like laid back, like indie stuff, and it's so like too chill, I feel like.
Yeah. It's
I agree.
interesting. I could also get into some more cultural music with like from other places in the world. I dabble here and there, but it's always something that takes influence rather than comes straight from that area. But my all-time least favorite, not to be a hater, but my least favorite band of all time is Imagine Dragons. I cannot stand Imagine
I'm dead.
Dragons.
That's crazy.
I don't know if any of you are fans, but like
Well, actually,
They're my
No.
favorite. No.
for me, like, well, because I've hung out with people that like love Imagine Dragons, and I'm like, I don't who's doing that.
I could name a couple, but
I don't understand.
I-
I can't get behind. I don't know what it is for me. I think we'll talk a little bit more about this, but my least favorite kind of music to go around is music that I find boring. It can be whatever, like sound, whatever. If I just think like you're just doing it to get by, or I think it's boring, like I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I like the one Imagine Dragons song. What is it? I was like trying to think of how it goes. Is it Demons? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's where my
That song's
demons-
fine.
Hey. In like middle school, I'd be like, oh,
Yo, in middle school, that song was fire.
yeah. Now,
These days?
oh,
Hey.
but it's still. Hey, I can listen to
You
that
know
like
what
once in a
song
while.
I listened to actually on repeat to the point that I started hating it?
What?
Nah, honey, I'm good.
Oh, that song,
my
Andy
gosh.
Grammer.
Holy
is it?
cow, that was
Yeah.
so good. I loved that
listened to
song.
that song all the time on my little like Kindle Fire,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just hate it now. I can't do it anymore.
That's rough. I had that kind of with Maroon 5. I just,
Yeah?
I don't like.
you were heavy on that Maroon
Yeah,
5.
and then
Something about
I
Adam
don't
Levine.
know. I don't know what happened.
I'm dead.
They just started going in a direction that I was not here for.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, it's Maroon 5.
that's fair. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, Imagine Dragons did make the Arcane theme song. I was trying to figure out
Yeah,
if I
that
was
song.
mixing that up
No.
with Imagine Dragons or One Republic, because I feel like they're like kind of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons did eat that up. I don't care.
fair.
I fear that was the worst part of watching that show.
Well, yeah, but I was sat for that intro every time, never skipped it.
Good for you.
I don't care.
Yeah, they have their moments.
They have moments for
like
sure.
Demons. I like Demons. Radioactive. I mean,
Radio.
come
Can't-
on,
can't
it's,
miss.
it's radioactive. But when it comes down,
But when
to,
it's like thunder,
I
feel the
yeah,
thunder.
I've listened to two.
Lightning in the
Like
thunder.
Origins by Imagine Dragon is the worst album I've ever listened to in my life.
I could never sit through a whole entire Imagine
It's
Dragons
so
album.
bad. It's,
No way.
every song sounds exactly the same. He sings about the exact same thing every single time. He's just like, "You were here, but now you're gone," and 40 different versions
Lightning in
of
the
that.
thunder.
And then whatever that is. God, all right. I think I gotta cool myself down here. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next section here, which is all about albums. I'm not sure how much you guys listen to albums all the way through, or like check albums out. Do you guys have like favorite albums?
So basically any Taylor Swift album.
I'm
but
dead.
I believe it was last October, Tyler the Creator released Chromacopia.
Yes.
That got me through some stuff. Like
Yeah.
when I heard that like intro to the first song, Saint Chroma,
Yeah.
that like changed my brain chemistry, and that album is a no skip album for me.
Yeah, I think that was definitely one of the better albums that was released last year for me.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna get into this too. Like, there's like two different types of people that I find in terms of listening. It's people that listen to music by albums, and people that listen to music by playlists. And then there are the people that shuffle their liked songs.
That's what I do.
I used to do that. I'm so for that.
Well, I have 3,000 songs in my liked songs playlist, so I just
Yeesh.
but I don't even like shuffle it. I just
Wow.
like play like the first few until it gets like too old and I get sick of it, and then I just start it
Yeah,
over.
that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
I remember specifically over quarantine I did that a lot, and what would happen was I would listen to music and then expect a different song to come after, because like I had like Pavlov response to that's what comes next in my life.
No, me too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's a real thing. But yeah, I would say that I tend to listen to full albums a lot. You know, like I try to get through like 2-3 full albums a week just of new music, just to keep myself refreshed.
Do you have a favorite album?
Not really, but it would probably be like Chromacopia, I guess. Or
I guess
I
she's
guess.
mad about
Sure,
it.
yeah.
well, because I don't know. I just wish I guess I don't listen to albums like that. But it would be like it's either one of the three artists that I already mentioned: Tyler the Creator, Stray Kids, or Lola Young. So
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, moving on to me. That's important. I have a note that's been sitting in my phone for like a while, where I'm thinking about albums that I really like and I think are perfect to me, at least.
Yeah.
Kind of any Gorillaz album, but for me specifically, Demon Days is like the perfect album. Hawaii Part 2 is an album I really enjoy. It's by one of the guys from Tally Hall, if you know them. Dreamland by Glass Animals. That was like my COVID album. It came out right during COVID, and wow, beautiful masterpiece. Montgomery Ricky by Ricky Montgomery is one of my favorites. No Skip album. Same with Rick by Ricky Montgomery. Excited to see how he uses his name for his next album. I really like Vessel by 21 Pilots. I think it's some of their best work. Rose is an EP by the Front Bottoms. Banger after banger after banger. It's only like 6 or 7 songs, but I really am into that. And on this list is also the 25th anniversary of the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack, and love a good musical soundtrack.
Love a good
Specifically, 25th anniversary version. That's always gonna do it for me. I'll listen to that whole way through for 2 in like a half hour straight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would say my favorite album of all time is, again, System of a Down's first album that has the previous song Sugar that I was talking about before. To me, it's very hard for me to find a perfect album. Their self-titled album is truly perfect, and there is nothing that I would change about it. And I only have very few albums that I would give that moniker. My favorite album that's come out this year so far is an album titled Vanisher Horizon Scraper by Quadeca. It's kind of like progressive folk music. It's got very interesting production quality. It was made by one person who did all of the recording, mixing, mastering. He did everything. I think this is his first studio album in like 3 years, something like that. But it's a concept album about like self-acceptance and, growing as an artist. And it's phenomenal. And I highly recommend anybody to give it a listen.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else have any other albums that they're going crazy for?
Yeah, and so Twice released This Is 4 during the summer, and I was there at 12 a.m. when their music video came out for the title track, and I was like, when I get excited, I start gagging, and so I was gagging as it came on, because like this is an experience that thousands of other people are like sitting down waiting to watch, and like when I see the comments stream in, I'm like, oh my goodness. And so every single song on there, been loving it so far.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love trying to keep up with new music, and the summer is a great time for new music to come out. All right, I'll move on from the album section, and I'll start talking about genres. And genre is something that I feel like a lot of people don't think about in music. They're just like, oh, this is just a sound that I like. But I really like getting into like the nitty-gritty of what is genre and stuff like that. So to start off this section, I have a little game for you guys that we can play. And essentially what I've devised here, I have a bunch of genres. Some of them are real, some of them are not. And I want to see if you guys can figure out which one's which. We'll do a couple of these. These are all genres that I've heard of, or at least listened to. I've heard of at least once in my life. All right. So what do you guys think about nu metal?
That's real.
Real.
That is a real genre.
Oh, Ruth, we're gonna make Ruth answer these first because she's gonna get scared.
Some group stuff going on right now.
How about what do you guys think about math rock?
False.
Gotta be fake, I think.
I think real.
That is a real genre.
What does that even mean?
It is out of the
it's
prog
like
scene.
you know Ed Sheeran's
emo-y.
albums. Ed Sheeran's Divine Multiply Plus.
Yeah. That's real math rock.
Crazy.
How about traffic jazz?
That's
must be real.
It's gotta be real.
That is not real.
Dang it,
it's real to me.
Like elevator music.
I wish that was real. I would be bumping that all day. How about shoegaze?
False.
Shoegaze?
Real.
Shoegaze is real. Shoegaze is a genre that came out of the early 90s punk scene. and it refers to people who stack guitar layers. So it gets its name from people would be constantly looking at their feet because they'd be changing their pedals on their guitar, and so they're gazing at their shoes.
Oh.
Shoe gaze.
Wow.
Wow, guys! Wow.
Mind explosion, boom.
What are your thoughts on stoner metal?
It must be real.
It's real to me.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, it's a real one. That one is real. That's out of the sludge metal scene. How about folk polk?
Folk polk.
Folk polk.
Fake.
Folk and like polka music.
Folk polk.
That's why I think it's real.
Fake.
It is fake. I made that up.
Let's
I
go.
didn't make that one up. All right. How about ska?
That's real.
Yeah.
That seems real.
Yeah, it is real. It's
Loving
out of-
Kirsten's confidence.
Yeah.
on that one.
it's out of reggae.
Yeah.
How about gent?
Fake.
Yeah, fake.
False.
That is real.
Dang it.
That is out of the progressive metal scene.
Gent.
Guys,
Gent, spelled D-J-E-N-T.
Oh.
It refers to the sound of the guitar from the band Meshuggah.
I can't lie. I'm going with the group think
Yeah, I can tell.
theory right now. Sorry, guys.
How about scratching ambient?
Yeah, that seems real.
I don't think that's
Real.
real.
I made that up.
Dang it.
My one's not real.
Finally.
What do you think about windmill scene?
Real.
Real to me.
Yeah, real.
That is real.
Ruth
That is a
knows
real
that.
thing.
Ruth
Out
listens
of
to
out of
that.
the UK.
Oh, of course it's out
Yeah,
of
it's
the
out
UK.
of the UK. It refers to like 5 different bands, but it is real. How about Orchestrosaurus?
Real.
Like dinosaur.
Orchestrosaurus.
I think that's fake
I want it to be real.
too.
I made that up.
Dang
It's
it.
not real.
You're good at that.
How about peel and slip?
Real.
Real.
That's real. I'm actually gonna be mad about it.
It's not real. I made that up. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll
Peel and slip. What do you think that
Peel
sounds
and
like?
slip.
Like oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bananas.
Sounds like oranges. Yeah. How about harsh noise wall?
Real.
Yeah, real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is real. Is it even music? Who knows?
What even is music these days?
Yeah. We'll finish this off with gabber.
Real.
That's Ruth.
That's Ruth music.
Sounds like a slur almost. Like
Gabber. Thoughts?
real.
Could
Yeah.
be real.
That is real. Those have I believe the Dutch EDM scene.
Wow.
Obviously.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I knew that.
that's all genre kind of is to me, is categorizing sounds that we like. And one of the things that I find fascinating is the difference between people that like hate on genres. Do you guys have any genres that you would say are bad?
I don't think so. I think like there will be songs that I will like in a genre, even though if it's like just one song out of the entire thing, I wouldn't say it's all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I listen to a little bit of like of everything, so I don't. And plus, I don't think anything's like bad. I just
Right.
probably might not like something, but
It's
I don't
like
think
personal
it's bad.
preference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think there are some that are like wacky though, for sure.
for sure.
But like I know a lot of people hate like hyper pop and stuff like that.
That was on my list of
Whoa.
genres I was going to try to convince you guys weren't real. But
hyper
yeah,
pop.
there's hyper pop. A couple other things. There's like, of course, everybody knows about the scare of like metal being satanic and
yeah.
like all of that
Yeah.
and like that being terrible. And then there are other genres that like hip hop and hardcore punk that people are like, this is ruining the youth. You know, like this is
screamo.
Yeah.
Do people
Stuff like
still
that.
think that?
yeah,
Oh, that's great.
absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
people
they're-
still think that video games are the reason that like bad things happen. People
They're-
are violent. Like
there are absolutely still people that think that rap music is an inferior form of art. And
But that's
documentary-
also racism, though.
yeah,
well,
that
a
is true.
documentary just came out about freaking what was it? The festival Travis Scott.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
how
yeah,
that was, like-
Astroworld.
Yeah, Astroworld being a satanic ritual.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was bad. It was a bad thing that happened.
Yeah, it was
And
not a good
yeah,
thing.
they're right. No,
It is Satan.
Maybe that one was.
but
Yeah.
like yeah, like a documentary just came out like having like crazy like claims and stuff like that.
Yeah. But Yeah, so this next section is something I have where we're talking about like controversies in music. And one of the biggest things that I've talked about a lot is separation of art from the artist. This essentially boils down to there are some artists that, moral wise, are not great people. They either do things that are awful or they're just like disgusting things, or like maybe they're just kind of like a jerk and like, the egotistical frontman of the band. And it's kind of stems from an idea of like art as a form transcends the morals of how we act. And like you can separate what someone makes from who they are as a person. And people see this all the time. I have some artists that I can list off if you guys like want like a direction to be pointed. But I'm just curious about your guys' thoughts about separation of art from the artist.
Isn't like Chris Brown like a terrible person?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's
then
going on a stadium tour right
Yeah, he's
now.
on
He
tour.
was going on a stadium tour, and women I knew were going to that concert, and they were excited about it. I was like, "Are you serious?" Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't do that.
Yeah, Kanye West is like the big one.
Dude.
That was what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
I fully judge people who still listen to Kanye.
Yeah.
I think that they're terrible.
It's a big conversation
Yeah.
Yeah,
in terms of hip hop right now.
Yeah, with like all the artists like that, I don't know. It's like, where do you draw the line essentially?
Yeah.
Kanye, I can't lie. I'm into like some of his songs, but I don't listen to them anymore. Like I genuinely feel like it's not that hard to like stop listening to an artist like that, unless like that's like your like only personality. I suppose,
Right.
like, you know what I mean?
If the artist is gonna like sell T-shirts with freaking with like swastikas on it and like be like so like pro-Nazi and pro-Trump, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in recent years, if you haven't made that shift over, he was doing like some like wacky stuff
Yeah.
like before, but like within like the last like 3 years, if you haven't really like shifted off of
You
listening
gotta-
to his
There
stuff.
was definitely a pipeline that I saw with the Kanye stuff where it was like, okay, but like his mental health. And then it was like, oh, but he's just saying this, because he's mentally unwell. And then now we've gotten past to a point where it's like, this guy sucks.
But that's
Yeah.
like another thing of like people excusing bad behavior
Yes.
for like you can be mentally ill and not
Yeah.
be a bad person.
I know plenty of
think.
people that are mentally unhealthy. They're not spouting, Nazi
Yeah.
regimes like all over their stuff. Another side of where this argument comes from is like, is art part of the artist? Are the experiences that artists have what creates that art? Like, is art an extension of the artist rather than a separate piece of thing that they've made? And that is one that people come back to, where it's like, if you're awful and you're making great art, I don't care. That's kind of like an extension of the being, and like some things like that.
Yeah, I mean I've never heard of like artists making art and it not like being a part of them.
Right.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Like even like outside of music, like art in general, like it's always like from like the soul of the artist. That's what I've always thought.
Yeah, and it's like, how long are we able to plug our ears and go la 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 to like all this stuff that they're just spouting nonsense,
right.
and so it's an interesting thing. It kind of like it's a conversation that I find very interesting to have and to talk about. Yeah, ticket prices.
Ugh,
Ticket prices in music. What do we think? What are our thoughts?
don't even talk to me about
Yeah.
this. So today was the Ticketmaster war for My Chemical Romance's second leg of their Black Parade tour. I saw the first leg. That first battle, crazy. It was crazy. Dynamic pricing, Ticketmaster, they're going through a whole lawsuit right now, I think, about it. Artists are able to decide if they want to like make their ticket prices or if they want it to be dynamically priced. Dynamic pricing is, to my understanding, basically it fluctuates depending on how much desire there is for tickets, I guess. So like if there's like 40,000 people like in line to buy tickets, then ticket prices are going to shoot up. If there's like less, it's not going to be as severe. Anyways, I was able to buy tickets last go around, and I had two up in the like 400s, so the absolute nosebleeds of MetLife, and those together came in at about 300, I think, a little less than 300. Not the worst. I think 278 to be exact, actually. That number is coming back to me. Not horrible, but obviously you're like literally in the very back of the stadium. Today, they're touring in New York, in Citi Field, that arena. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna buy tickets, it's gonna be like 48 hours before the show starts, but let me get in line, see if I can even like get like a spot. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll just buy like one ticket or like whatever. We'll see what happens. I got in like the queue. I got in line. I was like 20,000 in line. I was like, okay, this isn't happening. I'm gonna be in here for like an hour at least if I even want to like see the tickets. And at the bottom, it was like dynamic pricing is on. The tickets can range from, it was like ridiculous. It was like $89 for like the cheapest, which you know is gonna be in like the way back, and then I want to say it was like 897 or something like that for like, and then they were like, this doesn't include a VIP or like hotels and like whatever transportation.
Jesus.
So that is ridiculous. It's crazy. Dynamic pricing is crazy. It needs to be gone with.
Yeah.
And it sucks to try to see bigger bands like that. That's why I love my smaller artists like Ricky Montgomery and stuff. I can pay like $35 and like be like, wow, I'm alive again.
Right.
Yeah, no, I haven't purchased a ticket from Ticketmaster before, and I think I'm going to have to if I were to see Twice, and I'm kind of worried about that because I don't really know how the process goes. And if I don't get a ticket, I'll probably have a meltdown. So we'll see how much I'm willing to spend.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a battle and a half.
It probably will
The
be.
K-pop, I know they go crazy for that. My friend Isaiah just bought tickets for one of those bands in like the city. I don't remember which one, but yeah, it was like he spent quite a lot.
And
Yikes.
the tickets don't include like the light stick.
Yeah, that's like $100 by itself.
Yeah, no. Ticketmaster is like the vampires of the music scene. Even in the 90s when they got started, like there was huge pushback from bands like that were big at the time, like Nirvana and Pearl Jam. Like they were like so against the idea, and they were like trying to warn people. They were like, this is going to blow out like ticket prices. I mentioned it briefly last time in the podcast, but accounting for inflation, to see the biggest band in the US at the time, Nirvana, was $50. And that was like their higher prices to get in. And it was just like a general admission. And it's like to see the price hike that we've gotten and like to see modern artists is crazy. I remember when I saw System of a Down in August, that ticket that I bought 2 tickets for me and my friend, we had nosebleeds and they were $200. And that was on sale. We got in a pre-sale line, again, 20,000 people for this pre-sale line that I sat in for like 45 minutes to get some nosebleeds. And it was an amazing concert. It was the first time they came out to the East Coast in 15 years. It was amazing. But it's just like, I'm curious how much like artists are going to be able to, and companies like Ticketmaster are going to be able to milk money out of people to be able to see these big artists. Because like you mentioned $800 tickets, like I'm assuming that's for the pit.
Basically
like,
900. Yeah.
As close as you can get to the stage. Like how obviously there are people that are willing to pay that much, you know?
And the resale is even worse because obviously there's like
scalpers.
scalpers and stuff. So that's why I said like if I am gonna like seriously think about going to this, I'm gonna wait until 2 days before because that's when ticket prices dropped last time. That's how I was able to like upgrade my seats last time to getting like crazy close. But yeah, it's ridiculous if you're trying to buy them in advance and you don't get like lucky in the initial war, because they're legitimately like like thousands, like over like $1,000. Like I remember seeing people trying to sell like pit tickets and like floor tickets for like $1,400, and that was like the standard. Even like nosebleeds, people were trying to sell that for like $300. I was like, I paid like that for 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Ridiculous stuff.
It's kind of insane, and it makes me a little upset. But yeah, that's the state that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody else has anything they'd like to say about it, we can move on to the next thing. AI.
Ugh.
Yay. AI in music. Thoughts.
Thumbs
What
down.
are our feelings?
No, I think it's ridiculous, like AI music and stuff. Like, I don't know, grow up. Like, either make it yourself or don't make it at all.
Yeah, I think in the words of Tyler the Creator, just suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't gotta, not everybody has to be an amazing musician. Like, you could just not be good at making music.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's okay. But
You
no.
suck more if you use AI.
Honestly, I'm a huge proponent against the use of AI, especially in music.
Especially in music.
And I lose a massive amount of respect for anyone who uses AI. Even at System of a Down, they were using some AI visuals. Their money from one of their songs alone could hire an artist to make visual stuff. But
Yeah,
it's
like,
just the laziness of it.
2% of their money from one of
Exactly.
their songs could hire, like, who cares? Like, some Tumblr artist. Like, genuinely, it's ridiculous.
Like, they're 2 songs that have 1 billion streams on every platform. Like,
Yeah,
it's
such
ridiculous.
a big thing, especially in our major, for people to not be using AI because it's crazy. And there are obviously people like us who, go to school to do like this, like these like cool things, and kind of like across the board with like jobs and stuff today, like computer engineers and like people who code and even fast food workers, like AI is like becoming like a prominent thing, and it's just like, why I just like have such an issue with AI in the creative space, like with like arts, from like music and like actual like drawings and stuff like that.
I won't name names, but there have been multiple times. I tried to get someone in the music program here. I thought that was something I wanted to do, so I kind of explored that route before. There were people in like students that were suggesting that I had like partners of mine that were like, we should use AI for this project to like make music, and I was like,
I've had professors suggest AI music.
When professors suggest, like, they're like, it's okay if you use AI. No, it's not.
I've had multiple English professors be like, you can cite AI as a source. And I'm like, that's scary to me. That's terrifying. And it's like, I think in my specific instance, they wanted to use AI to write lyrics. And I was like, no, why? Why are we doing that? And they were like, is it against the parameters? I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's against me. It's against my moral code.
I feel like in my blood, I'll never accept it. And I think that there'll be like a pretty large group of people who feel the same. So
Hopefully.
Yeah. The one thing that's keeping my hope alive is there are a lot of artist spaces that are like, we don't want anything to do with this. And like, that's like what's keeping the art alive right now. So thank God for that. But yeah, I think I'm going to skip to the next section that we got going on here, which is music and other medias, video game soundtracks.
Wow.
Thoughts?
So glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
It's the Undertale 10th anniversary recently.
Really?
And yes, and I will have you all know, I think in the year 2022, Toby Fox was my number 1 artist, and Battle Against a True Hero was my number 2 song of that year.
That's awesome.
I had the Undertale soundtrack on repeat in my room, like constantly. First of all, banger after banger after banger. Second of all, great background music. Like, I could just always lock into that stuff. Wow, beautiful. I still come back to it sometimes. It like awakens the sleeper agent in me. I'm like, whenever I hear it. Love listening to video game music. I love the Detroit Become Human soundtrack. Something that is so cool about that is each character has like their own like unique sound. So like Kara's soundtrack is very like violin heavy and like stuff like that, and all of the music is like very moving, and then like Connor is this like robot detective, and his music is like very intense a lot of the time, and then Marcus is like this like figure like for like these like robot people to like look up to, so his music's very inspirational, and they have like a whole behind the scenes sort of like as part of the game where they talk about like all the choices and stuff, but it's basically like 3 different albums all in one. It's so much music and so much time, and it's such a crucial part to like making something come alive. Like without music, it is just so like it can be so dull.
Yeah, no, I think that I love when extra effort is put in to create musical scores like that fit the tone of whatever's going on. I mean, Lily, let's talk about the Minecraft soundtrack. Like,
Well, that's my
come
favorite
on.
thing about like listening to my liked songs on shuffle, because
Yeah.
then
They're, like, in my
sometimes
liked.
my one Minecraft song that I have in the liked songs playlist just comes out, and I'm like, yeah, I do want to listen
Yeah,
to this
exactly.
right now. It's
I
so
can
good.
go for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was a big Minecraft like listener to, you know, the normal soundtrack, but then there would be like Minecraft parody songs. I was
Oh.
really big on those songs. Like I would just listen to them on repeat on YouTube themselves. So that's like another part of like video games, like you can like integrate like the video game itself with like
Parody music is like
Yeah.
its whole like
Yeah.
own, especially video game parody music
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Like it's so interesting. Like that it's like it's you're in it for the love of the game. Like,
No, of
you know,
course.
it's they've kind of made like a resurgence like Minecraft parody music and stuff like that on TikTok and stuff like Red Wine Supernova. I heard a Minecraft parody that was called like Redstone Elevator.
oh my
Yo.
gosh.
But that's my favorite
Bangin'.
though. I like it when it's like random people on TikTok making it rather than like you remember how like well produced it was on YouTube?
Yeah.
Some of those.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like the casualness of it on TikTok.
There are artists that have made entire careers for themselves out of parody music, like The Living Tombstone and like JT Music,
Yep.
if that's a name that anybody knows.
Hey, I know, down to the bone. Yep.
Man. But like, yeah, no, and I think it's interesting with parody music, based on the video game, the music sounds different.
Oh yeah.
Minecraft parody music sounds completely different to like, let's say FNAF parody music.
Yeah.
Like they're 2 completely different sides of the spectrum. And I just think that's interesting. Even if like the parody music itself has absolutely nothing to do with how the music of the video game sounds. Final Fantasy phrases and parody music.
It's so
like,
cool to be like so inspired by a game that you're like, I had a vision in this game to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy. So good though.
Yeah. Big feature films with like huge scores, like thinking about that kind of stuff. And
How to Train Your Dragon, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
music just like it's such like an elevator. Like it elevates anything that you're listening to. Like Spider-Verse is like a huge one.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Verse soundtrack.
It just makes it like that much better. It's already a great movie. You add like a banger soundtrack onto there. It's like, whoa.
I went to you know the thing where like you like watch the movie but there's live accompaniment. I saw that for that movie and it was sick. It was so
Yeah,
cool.
that's
I
awesome.
always wanted to go to one of those. They were doing one for Cowboy Bebop, like in Burlington.
I saw
recently.
that.
But
Mm-mm.
But yeah, movies. I almost went to school for film. But so it's another one of my, passions that I seek for in life. That we can touch on briefly. Do you guys have any like favorite movies that you guys are like, this is my stuff. This is my thing.
Ratatouille.
That's a good one. Hey, that's a good one.
Anyone can cook.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Moana.
Yep.
Really?
I like that
Yeah, big fan of her.
We look like her.
Thank you.
That's why she's my favorite.
Um.
And I don't have to pretend that Mulan looks like me.
Ooh, Everything Everywhere All at Once is my favorite
That's a
movie.
good one.
Yep.
That was very
Um,
good.
And I also like any like the Studio Ghibli movies. I like a bunch of animated movies, stuff like that. Those are usually what I lean towards.
Mhm.
I have a hard time watching movies though. They're too long. I don't know.
That
I
is
can't.
true. It is. It's not even like I get turned off by the idea of having to sit somewhere for.
Oh my gosh, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes! I can barely sit in a
Uh,
class that's like an hour long. Like,
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see the A24 movie Past Lives?
I have not.
What are the actors in that? Because I may have heard of it.
I don't know,
Okay.
but it's about this girl who's, I think it was like Korea or something like that, and she was like friends with this boy, and then she moved to America for college and stuff, and then like they started like talking online, and then she ended up like meeting some like white guy,
Right.
and they get married and stuff, and then the Asian guy friend, he comes to like America to see her and visit her, and it's so like it's such a beautiful story. It's so telling about like biracial relationships,
Yeah.
and how like one of the lines is like, you dream in a language I don't understand, and that's so just beautiful. That's so amazing. I love that movie.
I love movie dialogue like that.
Mm.
It's really great. I have two kind of. My favorite movie of all time is No Country for Old Men, and that's such a student film answer. That's such like a push up my glasses answer. But that movie is phenomenal. I also like the movie Isle of Dogs by Wes Anderson.
I love dogs.
Love that one. That's a good one. But yeah, I also kind of wanted to touch on. We already kind of touched on this, but like animated versus live action movies. A lot of people are like, animated is for kids.
Mm-mm.
Stupid.
No, it's not
Hate that.
stupid.
Yeah.
Hate that.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
both very thoroughly. Like each one, like it honestly just depends on the movie. Like an animated movie could be bad, but then a live action movie could be bad too. It just really just depends.
Mhm.
I feel like most of like all the gut-wrenching movies I've seen, the animated ones have like done me worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. And, like Pixar stuff.
Yeah, I like that in animated movies, like there's no limits to what can be done. And yeah, it's really awesome. Obviously there are some animated movies that are like targeted towards kids, but there's also live action movies targeted towards kids.
Yeah,
so
of
like
course.
what's
Yeah,
the
so
like
that
what's the
doesn't-
argument? I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Like, sorry that Disney is huge, but there's other things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
stuff like that. One of the quick things I wanted to touch on was bad movies versus bad music. Do you find one easier than the other? Like to sit through? Because I know me personally, I could sit through a bad movie and laugh at it the whole time, but I can't listen to like music that I really don't like.
Yeah, no, like I can sit through a bad movie, but like with bad music, when I'm in a car with someone and I don't share their music taste, like it sometimes feels torturous for me to sit through it. Never you, Nora. Never you.
Yeah.
And-
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes like
She's lying.
Who else's car are you in, bro?
it's a bad habit too, but like I was told off about this, but like I would have my own AirPods playing my own music when like the car radio would play their music, and someone was like kind of irritated because like it would make it hard for them to talk to me and stuff, but like I just can't sit through bad music.
Yeah, no. I find it interesting that like one medium that's terrible is so much easier to stomach than one that's not, because I also like I can't sit through bad. Like most of the albums I've listened to I like, and it's just because I don't want to listen to something that I know I'm not gonna like. But I could watch a movie that like sucks and laugh at it the whole time.
I feel so different. A song is 3 minutes.
That's true.
A movie is like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, but if
Right,
you like
yeah.
give the example like Ruth did, like where you're sitting in the car and it's somebody's like music that you really don't like, then like I can get it, but
Yeah.
also
Like, start a conversation though. Like, talk over it. I don't know. That's just me.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I agree with like Aiden and Ruth in the sense that it's like I feel like a lot easier to like sit through like a bad movie in a way, because then you can just be like, this sucks. But if you're listening to like bad music, it's kind of like you just feel bad about it. You're like, oh, this sucks. But like the bad movies, you're like, lol, they spent like $1 million on this.
Yeah,
And it's really bad.
I can see that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just like don't find myself sitting down to like watch a bad movie,
Fair.
and like I'll
Mhm.
accidentally listen to a bad song.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I get it though.
That makes sense. No, that makes a lot of sense. I think it's also different between like listening to like watching a big Hollywood blockbuster that just sucks, that like they obviously just put out for money, and then I cannot watch any more Marvel slop.
Mm.
I can't
Yeah.
do it.
Mm.
Like it's like that's the kind of stuff I don't want to watch.
I did sit through Edward Norton's The Hulk,
Oh, okay.
and I don't have the words. I was struggling so much. That
No,
is
for
such a
real.
horrendous movie. I hated that.
I'll get into one more thing and then we'll wrap this up. Something I kind of wanted to touch on is going back to separating art from the artist, and is that different when it comes to movies? Because there are actors also that have done terrible things. There are directors that are terrible people. Does it take you out of the movie at all when you see an actor? You're like, oh, that guy's terrible, turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's Mark Wahlberg, I think, who like fully like pushed
Oh, yeah,
some
no.
like Asian
Mark
guy
Mark
down the stairs.
Wahlberg has assaulted multiple Asian people.
Yeah. So definitely, like I see him, I'm like, he would hate me as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
That takes me out of it for sure.
Yeah, of course. And then that can come with directors like, I'm going to talk about Quentin Tarantino.
What do you mean? What do you
His movies are
mean?
great. I love his movies.
Mhm.
I don't like him.
Is it the
freaky.
feet or is it like?
That might be some of it. I think he's extremely pretentious.
Well, yeah.
I think that he is just like, I don't know. He carries himself in a way that is so like annoying to me, I guess. And he's very like, I think it was Fiona Apple who like had one conversation with him and was like, this is the most obnoxious
Oh my
conversation I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
I think it was I think they were both on cocaine, and I think she swore off cocaine like
That's
after that
so
conversation.
funny.
Like that's how bad it was.
Shout
But-
out.
I saw like a Instagram reel the other night about how like Brad Pitt was making one joke about Tarantino and he looked so mad.
Yeah.
Dude, take a joke.
Yeah, he's a little bit full of himself. This can also be talked about with have you all seen The Shining
Mm-hmm.
with Stanley Kubrick?
I don't.
Stanley Kubrick's
I have
movie?
not.
That movie is like, the performances are amazing. The atmosphere is absolutely well done. Stanley Kubrick is an incredible actor. The things that he did to his actors in that movie to get a good performance are ridiculous.
So
We're
sad.
talking hundreds of the same scene take over and over and over to get it right. He basically mentally broke the female lead, Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
And she was
So
never
sad.
the same after that movie. And like we're talking like a year of production of just constant like badgering and putting her down, and like it ruined her. And like, but the movie's phenomenal. And it's kind of like you look back and it's like, was it for the art? Like, and like it's a whole thing. Yeah. I think that generally was going to wrap up our podcast. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you guys for humoring me in my topics of conversation.
Oh, I do have to have this necessary segment, which can go after the time. I think Ward won't be especially mad about it. Hi, Silas. Hi. How are you? Good. Okay, we're all gonna go around. And first, I'm gonna ask you a question. Meow, 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 meow. Cat goes, meow. All right. What sound does rooster make? Mm-hmm. What sound does pig make?
Oink, 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 oink.
Good job! Good job, Silas.
And Ruth.
And Ruth.
Great
Thank you,
job.
Ruth. Thank
Of
you, Ruth.
course.
That was an amazing performance.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Ramen Night podcast. Thank you all
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
being here. Ramen Night out.
We out.
We're out.
Bye.
We're out of
Bye.
here.